Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today's video will discuss selection or if statement. So let's jump into Jupyter and see what are the problem we have today. So we'll start by solving this problem. Your favorite online store offers free shipping if your total is more than 250. Otherwise, shipping costs 20. Write a program that calculates the grand total, which is the total plus shipping cost. So we'll start by creating a variable that will store the total for my order. Okay, so this is a variable that has some value. Then by default, grand total will be just my total plus 20. So by default, I will pay for shipping. Now, only in a specific condition, shipping will be for free. So only when total is more than or greater than 250, my grand total will be just equal to my total with no shipping cost. Okay. Now, the way to enforce a condition in Python, with a way to tell Python that this line right here should only be executed when a certain condition is satisfied, is to write if statement. Okay. So the way to write if statement is to start with the word if in all small letters. Then you write your condition like total greater than 250. Then you put colon. Now I want this line right here to only be executed when this condition above is satisfied. So if this is satisfied, execute this. Now to make this line attached to this condition, okay, to make the code attached to a condition, we push it to the right, okay? We indent the code. So the indentation is just to tell Python, the line down here, this line is associated with the condition here, okay? So only execute this when the condition is satisfied, all right? So let's see how do I write a code that does exactly that. So I will create a variable total again. Total equal to, let's assume my total is 100. Now, by default, grand total will be the total plus the shipping cost, right? Then only in a specific condition, if total is more than 250, colon, new line, and the code associated with the condition will be indented, okay? So I will press tab and I will write grand total equal to total. Okay, now after I finish calculating grand total, whether I will use this formula or my condition is satisfied, so I will use this formula. I want to print the grand total, okay? However, I want always to print the grand total regardless of the condition up here, okay? So what do? I come down after the if statement and I go back to the original indentation level, okay? And I will write print grand total. So again, we wrote the print statement right here because it is not associated with the condition. Only this line right here is related to the condition or attached to the condition. This is why it's indented and all the other code is not indented. So let's run this and see the result. When I run this, I get my grand total is 120. Now let's see why is this the case. Let's draw the memory right here. When I execute the first line, total equal 100, this is a assignment statement. So I will create a variable total with value 100 in the memory, okay? Then I will execute the second assignment statement, which is add total plus 20. This will give me 120, store it in a variable called grand total. So I will create a variable grand total in memory. I will store 120 inside it. So done with the second line. Next, I have if statement. I need to check the condition of the if statement. Now the condition is total, which is 100 from memory. I ask myself, is it greater than 250? If I answer no or false, we say the condition is false whenever we answer no. So 100 is not more than 250, okay? So if the condition is false, I will skip the line under or associated with the condition. I will skip this line, I will go outside the if, and I will print grand total, which is currently 120, okay? Now let's substitute another value and see the result for ourselves. So let's assume I have 1000 as my total now, and I run this, and I get the grand total as 1000. Let's go through the execution. The first line will create a variable in memory called total with the value 1000. The second line will create the variable grand total with the value 1020. Okay. Next, I will check the condition. What is my total? My total is 1000. I ask myself, is it greater than 250? If my answer is yes, then the condition is true. The value of the condition is true. If the value of the condition is true, I will execute this line associated with the condition. So this is assignment statement. I will start from the right. What is total? Total is 1000. Store it inside grand total. So now grand total, instead of 1020, will be just 1000. So the old value is erased, and I have the grand total as 1000. So I am done with the if statement. I go to the print statement, and I will print grand total from memory, which is just 1000. Okay, let's see the next example. Your favorite online store offers a discount of 15% if your total is at least 500. Write a program that calculates the grand total, which is the total after discount, if any. Now, in this case, again, I will have a variable total, which has some value. And my grand total by default will be just my total. So by default, I will pay everything. I will not have a discount by default. Only in a specific condition, if my total is at least 500, which means greater than or equal, okay, 500, what will I do? My grand total will be 0.85 times total. Okay, so only in this specific condition, I will have my grand total a discounted total, with 15% discount of my total. Now, as usual, after the if statement, I will print grand total. Okay, so let's see this in code. I will create a variable total, again with the value 100, for example. Next, by default, my grand total will be my total. So by default, I will be everything. Only when my total is above or equal, so at least 500, I will calculate grand total to be 0.85 times total. Now, after the if statement, I will print grand total. Now, let's see what is the output in this case. If my total is 100, I don't have a discount, so my grand total is also 100. We go through this in memory. We have a variable total equal to 100, then a variable grand total also equal to 100. Then I will check the condition. My total is 100. I ask myself, is this greater than or equal 500? The answer is no, so the condition is false. So I will skip the line associated with the condition. Again, the line associated with the condition is the one indented inside. After the if statement, I will print grand total, which is just 100. Now let's substitute a different value for total. Let's try 1000. Run this, I get 850. Now, same story. I will have 1000 in memory stored in total. Then grand total is also 1000. So I'm done with these two statements. Next, I will check my condition. My total is 1000. I ask myself, is this greater than or equal to 500? The answer is yes. So the condition value is true. So I will execute the line associated with the if. So basically here, calculate grand total to be 0.85 times total. So you will go to the old value of grand total, erase it, and store the new value, which is 850.0. Then I will come outside the if and I will print grand total. Now, one important note here is that the correct way to write greater than or equal in Python is like this, okay? Same for less than or equal, okay? This is the correct way. This and this are not correct. Basically, to remember this, you always write it as you say it. So you say greater than or equal. You never say equal or greater than. Similarly, we say less than or equal, which is the correct way to say it and to write it. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. Your favorite online store, again, offers a discount of 5% if your total is below 500, and a discount of 15% if your total is 500 or above. Okay. Write a program that calculates the grand total, which is total after discount, if any. So let's see. This time, again, I will have variable total with some value. And I have two cases. The total is either below 500. So the total is either below 500, so less than 500. If this is the case, okay, my grand total will be what? My grand total will be my total times 0.95. This is 5% discount, right? Now, in all other cases, which is if the total equals to 500 or more than 500, so in all other cases other than this case, so basically if this is the case, do this. Otherwise, I will do something else. Now, the way to write otherwise inside if statement is to write else, okay? So basically, if the case is covered in the condition here, then do this. If the case is not covered under the condition, do the else bar. Okay, this will become clear once we go through the execution of the program. So else in the other cases, which is 500 or above, my grand total will be my total multiplied by 0.85, okay, which is 15% discount that I will get. And in this case, the line right here is indented because it's associated with the else. The line here is indented, it's associated with this condition. And now the entire thing, the if plus the else, is called one if statement. Okay, so this is one if statement with two branches. Okay, the first branch is the if branch, and the second branch is the else branch. Now, after the if statement, I will print grand total. So let's write this in code, see the result for ourselves. So again, a variable total, let's assume the value is 100. If my total is below 500, then my grand total will be 0.95 times total, so 5% discount. Now, otherwise, if it is not less than 500, which means it is either 500 or above, calculate grand total to be 0.85 times total. Now again, outside the if statement, so outside the if and else, I will print grand total. Now run this. What do you think? I get my grand total to be 95, which means I get 5% discount. So let's see what happens. The first line will create a variable total in memory with the value 100. Then I will come to the condition, ask myself, is 100 less than 500? The answer is yes. So the condition value is true. When the condition value is true, you will execute this line, the line associated with the if. So you will execute this, you will calculate grand total to be 95.0. Okay. Now, if you execute the if branch, you will skip the else branch. So if I execute this, I will skip the else branch. Then I will go outside and I will print grand total, which is in memory, is 95.0. Okay, let's see the case for when I have 1,000 as my total. Now, when I run this, I get 85.0. Why? Same thing. Total is now 1,000. Done with this statement. Then I will ask myself, is 1,000 less than 500? The answer is no. So the condition value is false. When the condition value is false, I will skip the line associated with the condition. If I skip the if branch, if you skip the if branch, you will execute the else branch. Okay, if you skip the if branch, you will execute the else branch. So you will calculate grand total to be 0.85 times total, which is just 85.0. And I will print it, which will give me this output. Okay, so let's move to the next problem. Your favorite online store has a special offer. If your total is exactly 91, then you get your product for free. Write a program that calculates your total while considering that offer. So I will have again a variable total with some value. Now, by default, my grand total will be what? By default, I will pay everything. Okay, I will pay my entire total. So my grand total is just my total. Only in a specific condition, which is your total is exactly 91, you will do what? You will have everything for free. So only if total is exactly 91. Now, how do you compare two values? Okay, the way to compare two values, and you want to basically make sure the first value is equal exactly to the second value. The correct way to write it is to write double equal sign. Okay, why double equal? Because one equal sign like this is an assignment statement. Okay, this is the assignment operator. One equal sign is assignment. So this is for assignment, which basically take whatever on the right, store it on the left. However, I don't want to do that. I don't want to update total or to store something in the variable total. I want to compare the value inside the variable total with the number 91. So the correct way to do it is to use double equal sign. Like this. Now, if total is exactly 91, I will pay nothing. So my grand total is just 0. Okay, and outside the if, I will print grand total. All right, so let's see. Total is some value, assume 92. Now, by default, grand total is equal to total. I will pay everything. Only if total is exactly, so double equal, 91 my grand total will be 0. So I will have everything for free. Next, I will just print grand total. So what do you expect? If my total is 92, then I don't have the offer, or I will not have the offer. So basically, I will pay 92. Okay. If my my total is 91 exactly, I will pay 0. Sorry, it should be 0 right here. So if my offer is 91, I will pay 0. If my total is 91.1, okay, I will pay 91.1 because the condition right here is total should be exactly equal to 91. Otherwise, you don't have the offer, which is grand total equal to 0. Now, this is one way of writing this program. Another way is to use if else. So what do? I will remove this line up here, and I will come down and write else branch and write it, put the line basically down here. So basically, this will lead to the same behavior. If my total is exactly 91, my grand total should be 0. Else, otherwise, which is in all other cases other than my total is 91. So if my total is 91.1 or more, or it is 90.9 or less. In all other cases, my grand total will be total. When I run this with 91.1, I will pay everything. With 92, I will pay everything. With 91, I will pay 0. So both ways are correct to solve the problem. Okay? And you can go up here for the first and second problem and write it with if else as well. It will work exactly the same. Okay. So last problem, your favorite online store offers a discount of 5% if your total is below 500 and a discount of 10% if your total is between 500 and 700 inclusive, 10% if your total is above 700. So write a program that calculates the grand total. So now I have 3 cases. So I need if statement with 3 branches. So let's see how to do this. So again, I will have a variable total with some value. Then if my total is below 500, so less than 500, what would I do? My grand total will be calculated as 0.95 because I have 5% discount if my total is below 500. So 95% times my total. Now, I would like to add a second branch, okay, when my total is between 500 and 700, okay? Now, the way to add a branch with a condition. Now, before, right here, the second branch has no condition. The else part has no condition, okay? The correct way to add a branch with a condition is basically to write elif in one word, okay? Short for elif. So elif my total is between 500 and 700 inclusive, which means 500 is also included and 700 is also included in this branch. So if my total is above or equal 500, below or equal 700, do this, okay? Which is 15%, sorry, 10% if your total is between 500 and 700. So 10% discount means I will calculate grand total to be equal to 0.9 times total. Okay, I need a third branch for the all other cases. So basically, if my total is below 500, I will do this. If my total is between 500 and 700 inclusive, I will do that. Otherwise, or else, my grand total will be equal to 0.85 times total. Okay. Okay. So let's see how to write this in Python. So let's write this in code. Again, I will create variable total with some value, assume 100. Now, if total is below 500, what do? Grand total will be equal to 0.95 times total LF. Total is between 500 and 700. Grand total equal to 0.9 times total, and otherwise my grand total is 0.85 times total. Okay, now the entire thing here is one if statement with three branches. Outside the if statement, I will print grand total. So if I run this, I get 95.0. Let's see how to trace the program. So how to see how a program will work, or we say how to trace a program. So the first statement is assignment. So total is 100. I have this in memory now. Then I ask myself, my total is 100. Is this less than 500? I answer yes. So the condition value is true. So I will execute this line. I will execute the line associated with the true condition. Grand total equal to 0.95 times total. So this will create a variable in memory, grand total equal to 95.0. If you execute one branch, you will skip the remaining branches. Okay, you execute one, you skip the rest. I will go outside the F and I will print grand total, which is 95.0. Let's see another example. If my total is now 500, I run, I get 450. Now what is going on? Again, my total is 500. This is in memory now. Then I check the condition. Is 500 less than 500? The answer is no. So the condition is false. So I will skip this. Okay. Next, I will check the second condition. Is total, which is 500, less than or equal to 500? The answer is yes. So the condition value is true. So I will execute this line right here, which will calculate grand total and store it in memory. So this will give me 450.0. Once you execute a branch of the F statement, we execute a branch, you skip the remaining branches. Okay. And I will go outside the F, print grand total, which is 450. Let's see a third example. This is 1000. Run, you get 850. Why? The first line will create in memory a variable total with 1000. Then I will ask myself, is 1000 less than 500? No, so the condition is false. So I will skip this. Okay, check the second branch. Total, which is 1000, is it less than or equal 500? More than or equal 500? Less than or equal 700? The answer is no, so the condition is false. So you will skip the second branch. If you skip all previous branches and you arrive at else, you have to execute it, okay? If you arrive at the else branch and you skipped all the previous branches, you have to execute the else branch. So grand total will be calculated as 850, okay? So in memory, I will have grand total equal to 850.0, and I will print it outside the F statement, okay? One small note on this program is that this condition right here is not necessary. Okay, this part of the condition is not necessary. Why? Because if a value is not, remember we will not reach here unless this is false. Okay, if this is false, I will come and check here. But if this is false, so if total is not below 500, then definitely it is equal or above 500. Okay, so you don't need to check is it equal or above 500. You can just check if it is less than or equal to 700. Okay, we can try this example again. It will give you the same output. Try 500, same output. Try 100, same output. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.